atheists believe in a time called BC? Do you believe in a day called Thursday? That's a good question. Because I don't! Bernie's plan for free public college would be paid in full with a 4.7% tax on literally just Jeff Bezos. Yeah, but when you tax billionaires, it's like you're taxing my feelings about becoming a billionaire someday, so this would not be okay. It hurts my feelings, my future feelings. And for that, a penny for your thoughts. CFPB, rest in peace. Oh boy, and Johnny Favreau. I don't think it's the same John. I don't think it's the one who made Chef. Elon now bragging about destroying an $800 million a year agency that has returned $21 billion to consumers who'd have been screwed by banks, credit card companies, payday lenders, and other scammers. Get ready for the return of credit card late fees, overdraft penalties, and all kinds of new scams. Because Doge is just so efficient. If there's anything I'll commend dunking on, it's anytime Elon Musk tweets. That guy's a goofball. And not a fun one, one you'd point at and laugh at. Dramatic changes for the better are coming. If massive change is not made, America's security is in danger. Yeah, that's true. But as a wise man once said, you're not the president, you need to go away. Get out of here. Chase them off with a broom. Satanists don't believe in a literal Satan. Then what do you call people who believe in a literal Satan? Well, the Church of Satan might like to chime in. Christians. That's whom. Last we checked, even. Oh boy. The Constitution has been treated as toilet paper for decades. Not just the last 3 weeks or 9 years. No politician or political party actually gives a crap about the Constitution. The fact that any of you think there's actually a difference between the parties means we are all doomed. Both sides! Literally one side is setting up religious police, you waffle. First of all, banger insult. Second off, I don't know if that's true. I'm not touching that. I have no idea. I'm not informed. You picked the most uninformed guy. Doge staffer resigns over racist posts. Dude, crazy to get fired for the same reason you were hired in the first place. That's nuts. Musk, the people are going to get what they voted for. The people didn't vote for you to cut off cancer research funding. They voted for cheaper eggs. Oh, no, this is a depressing subreddit, dog. Also, stark news to read for sure. Kendrick Lamar did not have one white person on his halftime show. These are the same people pushing for diversity. Oh my God. Stop making everything about race. Those were the best candidates for the job. If you worked harder instead of spending all day playing the victim and expecting handouts, maybe you could dance at the halftime show too. It's like you didn't listen to anything he said either, right? Well, that was a whole thing he was doing and you weren't paying attention. Breaking. Elon Musk calls for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, remaining account balance of $711,586,678 to be returned to the American taxpayers. Oh, dude. I bet this hits so hard if you can't do division. Man, that's crazy. Oh my God. Now this is what I want to see. Still fat, still divorced. Did you eat my wife? I mean, you didn't, so your wife divorced you. That is what this subreddit needs to be about. Beautiful, perfect, I love it. How did she accumulate wealth that is 100 times her after-tax salary? How did you accumulate $200 billion in wealth during the pandemic, along with the other 599 billionaires who increased their wealth by $2.3 trillion? Let's Doge that. It takes one scumbag to know others. Oh my God. Dude, it's a minefield there. The politics and financial space, it's just bomb after bomb after bomb. Seriously, very weird that the Dems are fighting so hard to keep fraud and waste. I wonder why, who's the one fighting to keep the fraud and waste? Let me check. The State Department is paying $400 million for Tesla armored vehicles, which is filed on their NICS code 311999. All other miscellaneous food manufacturing. They have a source attached. Oh my God, why is it under that? What shortcut are they taking to get it filed under that? That's insane. Stephen A. Smith would divorce Serena Williams for Super Bowl 2025 halftime show appearance. A 57-year-old unmarried man with a receding hairline who has never been married, mind you, saying he would divorce our greatest living athlete who's been happily married for 8 years to her very rich and loving husband. Keep quiet, forehead. And that's what this subreddit should be for. Keep quiet, forehead is a fantastic send-off. That's exactly what I log on for, man. The American people spent $27 million on gift bags for illegal aliens. If this doesn't make your blood boil, nothing will. Ah, yes. a roll of toilet paper, toothbrush and paste, package of wipes, and a toy. How dare those damn Americans have a little heart for people coming here with nothing? I think a little care bag is great. Give them a couple of essentials. I don't know how you could look at that and see anything wrong with it. That's ridiculous. Elon Musk has your social security number. And so what if he does? He's worth $400 billion. Do you think he's going to use it to take out a loan or something? How stupid are these people? Yeah, my favorite conservative logic is that people with lots of money couldn't possibly want more money. It's charming, really. Protesters, including one armed with a transgender-themed AK-47, gathered at the Wisconsin Capitol to protest against Elon Musk and President Trump. Oh, wait! I don't like the Second Amendment when it's used like that. Wait, stop it! Stop it! You mean anyone can do that? It's the second... Oh, God. They shaved their heads wearing blue bracelets and divorcing their husbands because they lost. And they call us the cult. Oh, boy. Cults indeed. Hey, bestie, I know this kind of stuff doesn't matter to you, but a really quick reverse image search of this photo brings up a Bay Area news article from 2016. This is a group of women who have involuntary hair loss from things like alopecia, and they run a Bay Area group called Bay Area Bald Girls to make other women and girls with involuntary hair loss feel less pressured to wear wigs. So, yeah, you kind of suck. You suck. You suck and you're wrong. You own a store. Your store gets robbed. Elon looks at the video footage of the robbery and tells you who did it. Now, you want to arrest Elon. You're an idiot. It seems like this meme should say, you elect a convicted felon to run your business. He hires a friend to steal all the stuff you failed to embezzle previously. And then you can keep the you're an idiot part. Biden inflation up. In all caps. Trump's blaming Biden for inflation under his own presidency, like a guy getting pulled over for speeding and telling the cop, yeah, but the last guy who drove this car was going even faster, so, it's fine if I do it, right? It would be fun to rename all the forts after Confederate generals. Not because we like Confederate generals, but just to piss off the left. Dinesh D'Souza celebrating Confederate generals is peak irony. He's a foreign-born felon idolizing men who fought for a country that wouldn't even let him vote. Isn't that silly? Isn't that the state of where things are now? I'd like to propose that the worst 1% of appointed judges, as determined by elected bodies, be fired every year. This will weed out the most of corrupt and least competent. But aren't judges elected? And by what metrics would make a judge the worst 1%? Rulings you only like? How long they sentence? How many cases they throw out? These clearly half-baked ketamine-fueled ideas are getting old. Well, ever since we booed him off of his video games, this is all he's had to do, you know? Judicial dictatorship is wrong! From Harry Bowles. Interesting. But there is no judicial dictatorship in America. You can always appeal. Claiming a president shouldn't have a check and balance on him is what a real dictatorship looks like. I bet Harry Bowles didn't know that. Oh my God. He is definitely a ladies' man. Those are literal children? I think they're trying to figure out what he's writing because he doesn't even know. I think they're helping him. He's like, how do I make... He's learning uppercase and lowercase and they're helping him out. He just doesn't know the difference. Tax reform is needed. Too many loopholes. Tesla paid $0 in federal income tax last year. From 2018 to 2022, all zilch. Tesla reported $6.7 billion in profit in those years. Very interesting, some might say. Wisconsin couple sues Walgreens and OptumRx saying son died after $500 price rise for asthma meds. Will the CEO be arrested like Luigi was? Questions we may never know the answer to. How it feels as a non-American watching the chaos. Come on, do something. And they're pointing at a government agency. Yeah, why don't you participate in your own civics, you loser? Yeah, we do. That's why our country isn't in the mess yours is. We do that actively. Or are you just hoping that you guys start doing the same? 15 out of 23 monkeys implanted with Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chips have reportedly died. Well, why must I, a STEM major, take an ethics class? Things like that. I'd say things like that. This was the most racial post and halftime show I've ever seen. Not one white person. Yes, I said it and I mean it. Hey, that's what happens when you remove DEI. He didn't have to have white people perform. He chose the best dancers and didn't have to include the whiteys. No more equal opportunity, man. Dude, nailing them. Absolutely nailing them. An Obama-appointed judge just threatened Trump with arrest if he doesn't restore every dime of paused funding. Since when does a judge have the power to override the president like this? Oh, I'm glad you asked. I'd say around since February 24th, 1803 that you've had this power. Strength equals readiness. Kicked off the day with PT alongside the warriors of 110 SFG. No bureaucracy, just sharp minds, strong bodies, and a mission-first mindset. It's really cool to be in charge of the military that notoriously won the biggest war in human history by having better logistics and bureaucracy than the other side and say, none of that matters anymore. We've abandoned all of it for fun. Trump. And then we had a rigged election. Now there's no rigged election. Now we have an election that was too big to rig. That's what my whole theme was, too big to rig. They tried but didn't pull it off. It's only rigged when he loses. I see. I got it. Understood. Only when it didn't end up in a result he approved. Got it. In 1950, 50% of women aged 20 to 24 were married. Now I think it's closer to 10%. I think that's pretty crazy. Yeah. Almost like women gained rights or something. That's nuts. If your Christianity causes you to be offended by someone asking the most powerful person in the country to be merciful towards the powerless, then you have deeply, deeply misunderstood the teachings of Jesus Christ. Oh, please. We go to church for a sermon, not a lecture. That's exactly what a fucking sermon is. It's a lecture. You're stupid. Your brain don't work right. Just now, President Trump announces that he will be removing illegal immigrants that are currently on Social Security. Good. Undocumented people don't have Social Security or a birth certificate to receive Social Security. You guys believe anything without evidence. This guy could say, we're gonna stop dinosaurs from flying to Mars, and y'all will run with it, and that'll take the claim for ending the Dino Mars epidemic. That's how it goes. To be clear, what the Doge team and US Treasury have jointly agreed to make sense is the following, and it's all this other And then Elon then adds onto his own post. Just learned that the Social Security database is not deduplicated, meaning you can have the same SSN many times over, which further enables massive fraud. Your tax dollars are being stolen. As a software engineer, I can assure you that this is absolute bullshit. My baby daddy put me down as a reference for a job. I told him he'd be stealing. Wow. So you're celebrating handicapping your child's father's ability to provide for himself and the child you share? This is exactly why you can't have kids with anybody. I know that man probably apologized to his child for making you their mother. Oh, that's a rough one. Oh my God. Believe me, they not like us. Raise your hand if you survived the Black Nationalist Super Bowl halftime show. Oh my God, dude. MAGAs are upset that black people were on their television screens. They didn't know how to turn it off. They were freaking out. They said, but football, America, but then football. Their minds were exploding. New post. Elizabeth Warren's plan to cancel student loan debt would be a slap in the face to all those who struggle to pay off their loans. Yeah, I guess that tax cut they gave to the rich is a slap in the face to everyone who had to pay taxes, so I guess we could just cancel it out, right? I think that's fair. Call it even Steven. Why do British people say pence and not cent? Because we don't use cents, you thick You know what? That's a fair answer. 1,300 people agree. How does the head of USAID make $23 million in 4 years? Well, the USAID administrator's salary is publicly available. $255K a year. Over 4 years, that's $900K, not $23 million. Federal officials are subject to strict financial disclosures. If you have proof of this wild claim, post it. Otherwise, it's just more trust me bro nonsense, which is all politics is nowadays. Oh boy. A children's hospital refused to put a 12-year-old on the heart transplant list because she doesn't have the flu and COVID vaccinations. They also denied the family's request for a religious exemption. I think that's just wild. Yeah, what's wild is trusting medical science for heart transplants, but not vaccines. I think that's the real startling thing. Maybe you could just pray the heart away, right? Pray it better. Could someone explain to me why so many people still get their panties in a wad every time a handful of douchebags decide to stand on an overpass or anywhere else and wave their white supremacy garbage? People are responding exactly how they want them to. How about we just ignore these clowns and just maybe they'll realize it's a total waste of time? Because these are bad, Bill. Bill, come on now. He's like, well, honestly, just ignore them. No, Bill, we can't do that, man. We've tried that. That didn't work. We gotta yell at them and ridicule them. That's how we do everything now. I want to know what Bill's other takes are. I gotta know. He seems like a very I'll ignore it kind of guy. I want to know what else he thinks. Breaking. United Airlines CEO threatens big job cuts if company doesn't receive, quote, sufficient government support by the end of March. On July 15th, 2019, your board of directors authorized $3 billion in buybacks. Please sit down. My grandson had 2 females identifying as cats in his class today. They wore cat ears and tails, they groomed each other and had kitty litter trays. Mind-boggling. Interesting. Quote, my grandson has 2 kids that identify as cats in his class. Have you considered your grandkids might be f***ing with you because they think it's funny that you're so gullible? Or are they like 6 years old having fun with imagination? When I was 6, I'd pretend to be a wizard. That's fair. I mean, yeah, I guess it depends on how old everyone is, right? This is like a college class. I think they'll just f*** with you. If it's a kindergarten class, they're probably just playing pretend.